So we woke up early in the morning to, alarms going off in Jerusalem. Jerusalem is about an hour drive, an hour and a half, depending, to get to the Gaza border. And so we almost never have sirens in Jerusalem. It's very, very rare. Even when the rocket wars have happened in the past, they happen up the coast. Like they might go up as far as Tel Aviv, even a little north of Tel Aviv. But they don't usually go to Jerusalem. And of course, Jerusalem is the holy city for Muslims too.
Okay.
They don't want to cause damage to the Temple Mount, to the Dome of the Rock and everything. And so it's very strange, very unusual to wake up in the morning to sirens in Jerusalem. But that's how we woke up. And it didn't stop. It just kept going, one siren after another. We have the way that it works in Israel, we have sirens outside in our neighborhoods. So you hear it go off in the whole, if you're outside, but it's also on our phones. So we have like an app. And in every place in Israel, when I hear a siren, this is how much time I have till the rocket will come. So in Jerusalem, we have 1.5 minutes, which is actually a lot of time. Those people on the Gaza border have 30 seconds, it's less than that sometimes. So that's why a lot of them, they just like live in their shelters in these kind of time periods. But so we went to our shelter. We have a shelter in our apartment. So we have like a 3-bedroom apartment. One of those bedrooms is a bomb shelter. So we all piled in there and we spent most of the day in there because the sirens didn't stop. They just kept going and going and going. And of course, our phones were blowing up with, everybody telling what's happening. And, it just was, it's like when something like this happens, you try to reason it away like, oh, I guess it's going to be over soon. It won't be that bad. This has happened before. But as the day kept going, we realized this was not a normal situation. It just kept getting worse and worse. And we were hearing about people that were like under siege, like towns that were surrounded by terrorists and nobody was coming to their rescue. And they didn't know, we didn't know what's happening. Where's the army? Where are the police? Who's protecting these people? And so we spent the day on our phones. It reminded us a little of 9/11. We lived in Washington, D.C. on 9/11. And, you just didn't leave your television. You just like were glued because you're trying to understand what the magnitude of what is happening. And it just kept getting worse and worse, the stories. And so we didn't leave our apartment for, I think, the first 3 days.